If you've got a mortgage or you're in the lending process, you probably know what interest is. But what's the difference between a principal interest loan, or P&I, and an interest-only loan, or IO? I'm Damien Keane, a mortgage broker with Loan Market. When you apply for a mortgage, you have the option of choosing between a principal interest loan or an interest-only loan. With a principal interest loan, you simultaneously pay off the interest and pay off some of the outstanding loan when you make your repayments. This outstanding loan is known as the principal. So over time, you're actually reducing what you owe. It's kind of like eating your veggies. It might suck right now, but it's good for you in the long run. On the other hand, with an interest-only loan, as the name suggests, you pay nothing but interest when you make your repayments. As a result, your repayments will be lower, but only for a set period, after which your loan will revert from IO to P&I, when your repayments will rise. So even though your repayments are lower and more manageable, you're not actually chipping away at your debt. It's sort of like living off snacks. Delicious now, but a potential problem for future you. Let's put some numbers behind this. Imagine you were taking out a $500,000 loan with a 30-year loan term and a 6% per annum interest rate. If you choose the P&I option, your repayment will be $2,998 per month, or $1,079,191 over 30 years. If you choose an IO loan, that's interest only, for the first 5 years, your repayments will initially be less, around $2,500 per month. But when the loan reverts to principal and interest for the remaining 25 years, your repayments will be higher, $3,222 per month. This is because you now have 25 years to repay your $500,000 worth of principal instead of 30 years. Your total repayments over the 30-year term will also be higher with an interest-only loan at $1,116,452. As with all finance products, there are pros and cons and trade-offs involved. For principal interest, here are some pros. You actually pay your loan down. There are usually lower interest rates than interest-only loans, and it can help you build equity faster, which is great news if you want to refinance later. Some cons are that in the short term, you'll have higher repayments and less flexibility. On the flip side, interest-only is a bit more contextual. The pros are that you'll have lower repayments for the set period, which can help with cash flow for other expenses or investments. The cons are that once the interest-only period ends, repayments can jump up significantly, which can be a shock if you're not prepared. At the end of this period, you don't actually own more of your home. Your balance stays the same. And finally, as previously mentioned, interest rates are often higher with interest only. So why would borrowers choose interest-only loans? Preserving funds. Borrowers who may have limited disposable income at the time of their application, but are expected to have more in the future, can get into their home sooner. Maximizing tax benefits. Interest-only loans are popular with investors because unlike owner-occupiers, investors are allowed to claim a tax deduction for interest repayments, but not principal repayments. They can then use the money they save to help fund the deposit on a future investment property. Preparing for a future sale. If a buyer expects to sell the property in a few years, they may prefer to go IO in order to limit their expenses before selling. So which one is right for you? The annoying answer is, it depends. If you're an investor wanting to maximize tax benefits or keep cash flow flexible, interest only might be an option. But if you're a home buyer planning to live in your place long term, principal interest is usually the way to go. The key? Have a plan. Know what happens when the interest only period ends and make sure your repayments work for your budget. There's a lot to weigh up when deciding between P&I and IO, but you don't have to decide on your own. Your Loan Market broker can help you find the right loan for your circumstances.